Hello loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can tell by the title, if you feel like you suck at taking pictures, you feel like you're not photogenic, you feel like no matter what you do, your picture just comes out bad, I'm telling you, this is the video for you. If you know me on other social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram, you know that I do a lot of pose videos. And although I know they are helpful to a lot of people and I try to incorporate a lot of diversity within them, especially now, I know that sometimes they're only so much, they only help so much. And that's the reason why I wanted to make this video, because I feel like, you know, when I first started taking pictures and getting into social media and content creation and stuff like that, I wish I had these tips that someone could have told me, because it's one thing to follow a pose, but it's another thing to really take a really good picture. Now, disclaimer, before I even get into this video, I want to say that I think anyone can be photogenic. The reason why I incorporate the term non-photogenic in my videos is because I know sometimes people like to classify themselves as that. Now, in my comment section, especially when I do a video where I say poses for non-photogenic people, a lot of people like to tussle with it. So I just wanted to say that I think anyone can be photogenic. So throughout this whole video, I want to talk about tips, I want to talk about techniques, I want to talk about angles. I'm even going to show you the techniques of what I do to really capture a good picture. I'm going to show you all the steps that I take in order to get the pictures that I want. Now, I know that when taking pictures and stuff, more of a story, just have fun. But sometimes when you want to get to the next level and you want to work with brands and you want to start getting paid for taking content and taking pictures, you do have to step your game up. And that is exactly what I'm going to start teaching you. I know from experience, I've known from just trials and tribulations. So this is exactly why I'm making this video, so you guys can really understand, hey, listen, it's not me, this is the reason, man, damn, like, you know. So one thing that I really enjoy about taking pictures for me, and what I want you guys to experience too if you haven't, is that when you take a good pic, you feel so good about yourself, you feel confident, it makes you feel good, and that's what I want people to experience and enjoy if you have not felt like that from pictures. I don't want you to look at pictures and talk down on yourself. I want you to look at pictures and be like, oh, like, I had such a good day, like, wow, look how beautiful I look, you know? So that's my whole reason for making this video. So I hope you guys follow this advice, I hope it's helpful, and let's get into the first tip. So the first tip I am going to give, if you feel like you're not photogenic and you want to get a good picture in, is you need to, this goes before even taking the picture, you need to plan out your outfit. Why do you need to plan out your outfit? I don't think people realize how important this step is. Anytime that I have planned out my outfit, my pictures have always been a hit. What do I mean by plan out your outfit? I mean, you need to figure out what you're going to wear. You need to figure out if the fit complements your body. You need to figure out, what do you want to do with your face? What do you want your makeup to look like? What do you want your hair to be? All these things really make up a photo. When you take a photo and you don't like how your fit looks, it doesn't matter how good you look, you're still not gonna like the picture. That's why it's important to figure out, what am I gonna wear for this picture? Do you feel confident in this outfit? Do you feel beautiful after you just did your face up? Do you like your hairstyle? I know a lot of people can relate when you're just not feeling yourself. Sometimes you're just not feeling yourself. When you're taking these pictures, you need to know from the jump, you feel confident and you are feeling yourself in these pictures, which is why sometimes it is good to plan. Now, going into my second tip, I know you probably heard this a million times before and you're gonna hear it again, confidence is key. Now, before I start talking more in depth about that, I want to let you know that the first time you start taking pictures, you're probably not gonna like how they look, which is fine. The second time, it's probably not gonna come out exactly the way you want it, but you know it is a progress. When you're taking pictures, you also can look at it as a way of you are building your confidence. You're getting more comfortable with getting into the camera and being in front of the camera and being okay with how you look and being okay with posing. I say confidence is key because when you are confident, it shows within your posing, it shows within your posture, it shows within your face, it shows within everything. So when you are more confident, you are more likely to get a good picture because you're feeling good, your energy's good, it's showing through your posing, it's showing through your movement. So just know that really, and if you feel like you don't have confidence, I hate to say this, but sometimes you do have to fake it until you make it. Start acting like you are confident, even if you feel like you're not confident, until you become confident, because confidence is such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing within women, and it's such a beautiful thing within men. And I feel like everyone should be confident, because like, why not? Like, this is your life. You are the main character in your story. Be confident, man. Confidence is such a beautiful thing. Now, this third tip I'm gonna give, you guys have, actually maybe you guys do, but I don't think people realize how important lighting is. It doesn't matter if your fit's good. It don't matter if you feeling yourself. It don't matter if this is the best day you've ever looked. If the lighting is bad, the picture's not gonna come out great. I've had plenty of times where I have gone outside to take content for myself, or even with friends who have experienced it, and there was a point in time where we're taking content and we're just like, ugh, like it is just a bad picture day. Like, I just feel like I cannot pose, I cannot take a picture, like I just feel like my pictures are coming out horrible. And then I'll angle my camera and my tripod to a different angle, and then I start taking pictures with my clicker again, and I'm like, oh no. It wasn't me, it was the lighting. So I want you guys to realize that lighting plays a big part. I'm gonna show pictures within this video so you can see that, for example, this picture is an example of bad lighting, while this picture is an example of good lighting. If I can find some examples, I'm gonna show you of two pictures taken in the same day with two different types of lighting. Lighting really can make or break a picture. A lot of times you guys take great pictures, you just have bad lighting. And lighting really is one of the key components for a lot of stuff. Lighting is one of the key components of, I feel like, why sometimes your the algorithm on social media won't push out your video. It's not because your video's bad, it's just because the lighting is not good. I barely can see what you're doing, So really pay attention to lighting. And a lot of times too with lighting, sometimes it can be the quality of your phone. I recommend having more up-to-date iPhone. I don't know exactly which iPhone to start from and keep going up. I feel like the 8 Plus probably takes pretty decent pictures. If you can invest in a newer iPhone, I would recommend that. Before I get into the next tip, I'm gonna give you some tips on where I think you can find good lighting. If you have the privilege to be in a space that's inside and has windows from ceiling to floor, and you take pictures in the opposite direction, say the window is here, I'm taking pictures here, and my tripod is facing me, chances are the lighting is going to be amazing there, especially in prime time hours, which I usually say is around 12 p.m. to a little bit after 4 p.m. Anytime after that, you might be struggling a little bit. If you don't have the privilege to be in a place that might have ceiling to floor windows, I would recommend going around that same time and going to places outside that are in front of a solid color wall. The lighter the wall, sometimes the better. Usually make it like a white wall. Or do a glass building. Sometimes you might have to drive to the city depending on where you are, and a lot of times you can find really good lighting around there. Be careful about color schemes too, because sometimes when you take pictures, like say for instance, and the scenery is really green, it can affect the exposure on the camera and how your picture can come out. So I recommend taking pictures where the background is very simple. You should be the main focus, okay? So that's just some tips on If you're like, okay, you're telling me to get good lighting, but where? That's just like a couple things. But you know, go out and explore, and then from there you will really get a better understanding. And I hope these pictures that I show are kind of getting in your head and you're like, oh, okay, I get what she's saying with good lighting. Before I go into showing you some techniques that I use when I'm posing, so you can kind of see how I move when I am taking pictures, I want to talk about finding your angle. Now, in regards to finding your angle, you might be saying, how do I find my angle, Bryce? And my answer to that is you have to go out, you have to take some pictures. Even if the lighting is not good, this is just a trial so you can get an understanding of what you like when you see yourself taking pictures. For example, or even if you go to my Instagram, you will see that majority of my pictures a lot of the times are not straight on to the camera. A lot of my times I am tilted to the right with my face and the left side of my face is showing. So, and I say it's important to find your angle, go out, take pictures, see if there's a similarity with a lot of the pictures that you take. You might notice, like say for instance for me, I notice when my face is tilted like this, I tend to like them more. Or maybe if you're straight on, you might actually really like how your faces look. Or maybe it's when it's more of a motion picture, or maybe it's when you're facing down a little, or like, you know, like just try to find the similarities, because when you feel like you are having a bad picture day, or you feel like it's not really working, sometimes when you go to the basics of what you know works for you, you can always get a good picture. I think it's important to find your angle, because even when you're in a group picture and you're taking pictures with your girls or your friends or your family, you know the angle that you like, so no matter what, you know the picture can come out good. So this is not just for you, this is for in general, because I know people be posting pictures of you and you're like, that's not my angle. Sometimes it's just not your angle, and that is okay. So that's what I would recommend with finding your angle. Now I'm going to show you 2 techniques that I follow faithfully, that whenever I do them, or whenever I'm just not having a good picture day, for some reason, my pictures will always at least come out good. Okay, so now I am going to be showing you guys 2 techniques that I use in all my pictures that help me just help me with posing, help me with feeling less awkward, and these are 2 techniques that I think a lot of people can use that just are easy. I'm only giving you 2 because, you know, this is for people that I feel like struggle with taking pictures and struggle with posing. And if you feel like you are more on the advanced level, or whatever that means, I also have a YouTube video that I give more tips and more ways to move around and different things and concepts that I kind of came up with that have helped me as well. But the first one sounds so simple, but I think a lot of people don't realize how beneficial this is to just move. What do I mean by move? I don't mean move chaotically. I literally mean just move. Like, a lot of people are very awkward and they stay stiff when they take pictures. This is where confidence and building your self-confidence comes to play, and confidence is key, because the more confident you are, the more, the more you're feeling yourself when you're posing and stuff like that. But really, I say move because you never know what motion will get you that picture. Now, I say this all the time, all your pictures are not gonna come out good. That's normal. But the goal is to get 1 to however many. But when you're constantly moving, and if you have a clicker, you're clicking, you don't know what angle is going to get you the picture. So that's why I always say, just move, just move. The number 1 tip I can give to anyone that struggles with poses, that classifies themselves as being not photogenic, is to move when you're taking pictures. So the next technique that I'm gonna give you, which is what a lot of people do in their everyday lives, is walking. I love a good walking picture. Don't think you can ever go wrong with it. If you are not able to walk and say you are in a wheelchair, roll with it. And it's still gonna come out just as good. So what I recommend is there's 2 ways to do it. Number 1, this is why you need to find your angle, because if you like when you look straight on to the camera, you might want to walk straight on. If you like for me, tilted to the right with my left side of my face looking more to the camera, I usually walk on a diagonal. I can literally show you pictures of me doing this. And what I do is I have my point A, I have my point B, I have my clicker, and I literally just walk. I go back, and I do it again. Or you can do with a lot of people, do this, I guess, stage walk or the fake walk, and you literally just do this. And then once you get confident in walking, you play with it more, which is where technique number 1 comes in, and you move while you walk. Move your hair, just keep walking, look different directions, but stay in that diagonal and stuff. You could turn around when you're walking, you can do a whole bunch of different motions. So these are just 2 techniques that I recommend that really have helped me with my posing and picture game. I hope this video was helpful. I hope this video gave you more insight and a better understanding of what the process kind of looks like of taking pictures, how to get better pictures so that brands can notice you, some techniques on how to pose better and not just look at a picture and copy and paste it. So I kind of just wanted to make this video to, like I said in the beginning, just know that all you guys are qualified to get good quality pictures. Sometimes you just are missing some components that you didn't even know, like lighting. It has nothing to do with you. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was really helpful. I'm going to be posting every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. So stay tuned for my videos, and I appreciate each and every one of you. In the comment section, please comment and let me know something that you really took from this video. Let me know what you want to see in the future, and I appreciate all of you.